That is very important for us. Clothes are very important for us. And then we need air to breathe also, don't we? We need air to breathe. So if you're blowing a balloon, how do you blow a balloon? You put the balloon in your mouth and you blow out the air into it. So there is air inside your body. So when you breathe out, you have to breathe in also. Right? So air is very important. So all need air, water, clothes, house. These are our basic needs. So these are our basic needs. We need air to breathe, water to drink, clothes to protect ourselves, and house and clothes to protect our body, house to protect ourselves from the enemies and heat and sun and rain. So that is what is important for us. Now let's see what do animals, birds and plants need. We have our own basic needs, like we need air, food, water, shelter and clothes. What do animals and plants need? Animals and plants also have certain basic needs without which even they cannot live. Animals need water to drink. You have seen animals going to pond and drink water, the jungle. And the animals at home, if you all have pets at home, don't you all give water to your pet dogs? The dogs on the road, don't you all see them drinking water? So they need water. Animals also need air to breathe. They need oxygen. So they need air to breathe. Animals also need food. They are hungry. Don't we feed our dogs on the road and our pet with food? So they need food to eat. And animals also need homes. If you go to jungle, you see different animals have made their own kind of homes. Some live in caves and dens, isn't it? Like we have dogs at home, we have a kennel for the dogs. So in your previous lessons or in your previous classes, you would have learned the homes of animals. Horse lives in a stable, cow lives in a shed, dog lives in a kennel, and sheep and goats live in a pen. Pig lives in a sty, isn't it? All these are the homes of animals and birds. Birds have their nest. That's where they live, because they have to rest somewhere in the night. When they want to sleep, they need some place to rest, and these are their homes. So even animals need homes to protect themselves from heat, rain and all that. And animals need to protect themselves from the predators. Predators means enemies. And who are the enemies? The animals themselves. Other animals will come to attack them. So they have to be in a safe place. The lion lives in a den. The bear lives in a cave, so they have to protect themselves. They will live in a house, a house which will protect them from other animals, from the attack of other animals and hunters. And birds also need to rest somewhere and sleep. They build their nest. Otherwise we have birds, we put them in the cages. So they need some home to live, right? So the basic needs of animals are also air, food, water and shelter. And yes, of course, the animals do not wear clothes, so they don't need clothes, but otherwise air, food, water and house. The shelter is important for animals as well as plants. Now when you see for plants, plants also need air. Plants need water. Don't we water the plants? Don't we keep the plants outside? We cannot keep the plants always inside the house. Somewhere they need sunlight. So we have to take them out. So plants need sunlight to make food, because food is not given to plants from like we animals and human beings eat. Food is made by the plants by using light, air, sunlight, air and water. So plants also need air, water and food. Of course, plants' home is the home where they are planted. Otherwise, the basic needs of plants is food, air and water. Okay, so we human beings have 5 basic needs. That's air, food, water, shelter and clothes. Animals need air, food, water and shelter. Plants need air, food and water. These are the basic needs of animals and plants and we human beings. Look at the line drawn in the box. Draw a picture of a house according to the empty box and color it. So now you all see the picture here. There's a square box here. You have to draw the same thing over here. How it is in this box, to draw the same thing. And then there's a triangle over the square box. You have to draw the same. Draw the square, another triangle. And then continue to draw the same way how they've given in the image. The same thing, the empty box, and end of it, you will arrive at a completed picture, that is your house. So that's the image of an house. So let's go to next. Look at the pictures and put a tick mark on the correct answer. Now we understand what our basic needs are. We also learned what are the basic needs of animals and plants. In this, we will see our basic needs, how it has to be. First one, the water I drink. So there are two pictures. One is a glass of clean water and there's a glass of dirty water. What kind of water do we drink? We need water, but we have to drink clean and pure water, isn't it? We cannot drink dirty water. Can we drink dirty water? No, we'll fall sick. So we have to drink clean and pure water. So where you have to tick? You have to tick before this picture, because it's clean and pure water. Only that you can drink. Can you all drink dirty water? No. So let's go to the next thing. There's watermelon which is opened, which is cut and opened, and you can see the flies around it. And then the next picture, you have the cut watermelon which is covered. So food is important for us. What food we consume has to be kept neat, has to be kept clean and covered. It has to be cooked nicely, clean, and you should follow hygiene, isn't it? Hygiene means cleanliness. You cannot leave the food wide open and the flies come on that, dust come on it, and you cannot consume that. You can't eat that food. So your food has to be made nicely and covered and kept. So follow hygiene. So you have to take the picture which is covered, which has a lid on it. And then there's a house. The house I live. You live in a house which is nicely built and maintained well, or you live in a house which is all broken, which doesn't, the roofs are broken, the walls are broken. Can you live in that kind of a house? No. When we see even if a leakage in the house, when it rains, it'll start leaking. So we try to mend that, cover that, isn't it? So we always have to live in a house which is well maintained, not broken and left a ruined house. We cannot live in a ruined house. We have to live in a well maintained house and keep the house nice and clean. So tick on the house which is well maintained. And then you have the shirt, where one shirt is nicely ironed and washed, ironed on the hanger. The other shirt is dirty, wrinkled, just not ironed, it's in the hanger. What kind of clothes will you prefer to wear? You have to wear clothes, but if you wear neatly ironed and neatly dressed, you will look nice, right? You will look more presentable. So you have to wear a shirt or a dress which is neatly ironed and washed especially. So you always have to dress clean, not dirty clothes. So this is our lesson, children. I need these. So this is your basic need. So I want you all to write this down in your notebook. Our basic need: air, food, water, shelter and clothes. These are our basic needs. So under that, what will come? Then we have animals and plants. That's fine. You all copy this as your basic needs. I will forward you all the notes later. Go through the lesson, understand again. Follow my video, watch my video and follow the lesson. Go through it again and again for your better understanding. All the best. Take care.